Anyways, let's just watch a whole video, bro.
100% agreed.
Let's just watch a whole video.
Uncalled for, wasn't really necessary, and I apologize. I will, moving forward, not speak on anyone's careers. I feel that way. I genuinely don't think it was necessary. It was a bad thing to do.
Yeah, so the funniest part is that Bwipo says
on anyone's careers.
He's not gonna speak on anyone's career publicly. He was an asshole. And then literally 9 minutes later, he did it again. He literally did it again.
I genuinely don't think it was necessary. It was a bad thing to do. With that in mind,
that's the funniest part, bro.
I want to clarify, because this is something that is pretty important to me. I was diagnosed with a hypomanic episode in Worlds 2024. I was not manic, I was hypomanic. And I talked to my therapist, and he helped me understand what the difference is. Thank you, Black Sword, for the subscription. A lot of people think that, you know, I'm mental illness, blah, blah, blah. People through this around, etc. Let's get into it. So the difference between a manic episode and a hypomanic episode kind of gets explained here. We'll go through it. Mood change, abnormally elevated, expansive, or irritable mood. Similar mood change, but less severe. So this is why you saw me go on stream, and I went from crying about, you know, how I felt about the whole Hylissang situation and the guilt I felt about that, to wait, let me see. I'm
gonna do this on 1.5, chat. I'm gonna do this on 1.5. Okay, this is low.
I'll have to start this whole thing over again, but anyway, I wanted to talk about it because I think it's important, and mental health is important, and I want to share what I go through and kind of what.
Are you making fun of the mentally ill? Are you implying that someone with mental illness can't make a mistake? You can't criticize someone with mental illness?
What I experienced. Anyway, the reason why I want to bring in Aless is he's actually the first person that pointed it out. He was like, I think he's experiencing a manic episode. Now, it wasn't a manic episode, it was a hypomanic episode. The difference being that mania is a little bit more extreme, or like a lot more extreme than a hypomanic episode, but hey.
No, I'm joining it. You're fucking sick.
That's why he was really involved. He really, you know, stuck his neck out and like reached out to multiple different people to bring attention to the fact. There's just not enough evidence to prove for a fact that I'm bipolar, okay? So, sucks to the people that wanted me to be, hey, you might be right in the future. You might be right. Who knows? Exciting, isn't it? Either way, let's talk about what's on our screen for now. But
so, chat, this is right. Okay, chat, listen. Right now, just to clarify, we are still on a fist bump gate, okay? This is before period gate, I believe. We're still on the fist bump gate, okay? So we're not gonna have any period gate.
Manic and hypomanic is how long it lasts, how severe it is, basically. But you see here, like I didn't really experience psychosis. I didn't need to go to a hospital. I was sleeping about 4 hours a night for about a week straight, and I did not mind. This is when I should have realized there was something very wrong with me. Well, not very wrong, but very different. But that is kind of how it works. Inflative self-esteem or grandiosity. Yeah, if you read that, you might understand why I was telling everyone I was the fucking GOAT, and why I, you know, had really strong opinions. It didn't give me a significant functional impairment, but, you know, point is, I had a hypomanic episode in Worlds 2024. He diagnosed it as basically traveling and stress can cause this. So this is something that obviously when you're going to Worlds, you are stressed as fuck. I was stressed as fuck because I was coming back to Europe. I obviously had a point to prove on my home soil. I was traveling.
I just think what you said about Dhokla is so mild. The Slampy is crazy. I think, okay, chat. I think if you look at the situation in a vacuum, right? So like, I kind of agree that if you look at it in a vacuum, it's not that bad. But I think people are just tired of Bwipo as a personality. Does that make sense? You know what I'm saying? It's not just this single instance. It's like it's like multiple instances on top of each other. So that just makes people more, what's the word? It just makes people matter about, you know, this one situation. It's like if you're an asshole one time, maybe people will like get over it, right? But if you're an asshole like all the time, then people are like, yeah.
As well, so stress of traveling as well, and then obviously my personal life, whatever, like usual. We're
gonna flame him.
Now, right? You know, I had a hypomanic episode. Ls immediately recognized that something was wrong with me because he knows me very well, and that's very kind of him. This is not what happened with the Dhokla situation, okay? What happened with the Dhokla situation is, well, quite frankly, I gave my personal opinion on someone's career, which I should never do, and I yet again want to apologize. That's never something I'm gonna do again.
Hold up, remember that, chat. Remember that.
Especially not in public. I think in private, at the end of the day, I'm always going to be honest about what I think. If the GM comes to me and wants my opinion.
I think there's a big difference between shit-talking someone in private and public, right? Because there's just simply a bigger audience. Like, if someone in private asks you of opinion of someone, usually you're going to be honest, right? I think that is way different than going on stream. Like, for example, if I go on stream and shit-talk someone, that is way different because I am, like, influencing people's opinion. As opposed to if I'm in a 1v1 with someone asks me, yo, what do you think of this player? I was like, yeah, I don't think he played that great, right? I think that's very, like, different. But usually, I will be like, yeah, he's a nice guy.
You know, a player, I will say what I think, but I think the public doesn't need to know what I think, and I think that it can have negative repercussions for anyone's career. I felt personally slighted because I actually didn't remember that I said this. Keep in mind, when I was streaming a lot, and to this day, if I do stream, I work. Usually, I have my scrims, I finish my scrims, and I eat my food and I start my stream. So a lot of the time,
Are you still influencing someone's opinion on a 1v1? Yeah, but the thing is that influencing someone's opinion on a one-on-one, it has way less, if not almost zero repercussion compared to you being a public figure and talking to a wide audience, right? That could actually influence someone's career. I think that's the biggest difference. And also, it's like if someone asks you about it, that means they care. Does that make sense?
when you catch me streaming, I'll have been awake for 10, 12. I'll have been awake for 11, 12, 13 hours. And if people rage bait me or ask me questions, I have a tendency to answer. That is something I do. So I will tend to speak my mind a bit more freely when I'm tired.
But chat, I also think there's a difference. It's also like if someone asks you someone's opinion one-on-one, there's also a difference between giving like a... There's also a difference like between just completely shitting on the person and try to frame it as nice as possible. Does that make sense? Like even if someone asks you, oh, what do you think about this player? You can say, I think he has room to grow, right? There's ways you could phrase it without completely shitting on what they're doing. Does that make sense?
Just tired. I think that's what most people do. Is that a good thing? No. Was I in the wrong? Absolutely. Do I feel bad about it? Yeah, I do. I think it was not fair. That said, I do think at the end of a match, like before a match, I think it's always legal. You don't have to fist bump me. At the end of the match, I think honoring what happened on the day and shaking hands on that and showing respect to everything that was left on the rift is something that you should do. It pissed me off that I didn't get my fist bump because I offered. Even though I got denied, I walked up to him and I did offer, and that pissed me off. But that's not the only reason, to be honest with you. I'm working with Mr. Gagos. He's a 17-year-old kid. I think he has a great future. He has a lot of potential. And if I was in the flip side of this and I got hired to coach him because he was struggling, I would never give up on the kid. I would refuse to play on the main roster, and I would find a solution for his gameplay. I wouldn't care if the team would do worse.
Okay.
If I was in the flip side of this and I got hired to coach him because he was struggling, I would never give up on the kid. I would refuse to play on the main roster, and I would find a solution for his gameplay. I wouldn't care if the team would do worse. Ultimately, that's something I stand by. I think that, I guess in a way that
So he's saying, okay, that's a little too fast. But bro, he actually talks on like 1.2, and then it's where yeah, that shit's too fast, bro.
I would never give up on the kid.
Let me start from the
refuse
top.
to an old kid. I think any reason, to be honest with you. I'm working with Mr. Gagos. He's a 17-year-old kid. I think he has a great future. He has a lot of potential. And if I was in the flip side of this and I got hired to coach him because he was struggling, I would never give up on the kid. I would refuse to play on the main roster, and I would find a solution for his gameplay. I wouldn't care if the team would do worse. Ultimately, that's something I stand by. I think that, I guess in a way that from the start rubbed me very wrong in the first place. I think that the kid still has potential, and I don't know what he's struggling with. And maybe, I'm going to give you the caveat here. I could be wrong in me, maybe Sniper doesn't want to play. I don't know. But without information, it rubbed me the wrong way that he got replaced the way he did. Because I think that the way he played was extremely uncharacteristic and was not what he has displayed in the past, what he's capable of. So the combination of the fact that I was really fucking pissed about the fact that
okay, I think you can... Here's my take, okay? I think you could be like kind of... What's the word I'm looking for? You could be kind of weirded out that Dokes was coaching Sniper, right? You could be kind of weirded out that Dokes is coaching Sniper and then took his job. But at the end of the day, it's a team decision. And the fact that he says he's like getting pissed about it, I think it's just a little weird.
Bump, and the fact that rubbed me the wrong way made me overreact, and I called him out. Also, you win a finals and you get a big lead. You feel like, you just carried game 3. You had a very good game 4 early game, like you were owning in lane. I did run it down in team fights, but still, I was on a pretty big high from the fact that I was owning in lane. It certainly didn't help in closing my mouth. So, summing this all up, it has nothing to do with mental illness. I do think I'm in the wrong for initially having spoken my mind publicly. The reason why I blushed out and made the tweet was because from what I could read online, people were saying that I go through fake perseverance. Like I pretend like I think that's important. I don't pretend. I'll tell you a little story because I've told this before on my stream, and this is not to throw a pity party. You can take it as you will, but this is why I have an extremely high standard for my own individual play and why I consider myself. I try as hard as I do. My mother was diagnosed with breast cancer around the age of me being 16, and my mother supported me trying to go pro when I was not making any income and I was not working for about 2 years while undergoing treatment for her breast cancer. To this day, I will be grateful until the day I die for the fact that my mother made this sacrifice. And I will never allow myself not to be the best. That is the reality. I don't think 5th place is good enough. I don't think 6th place is good enough. My mother did not sacrifice what she did for me to be that. She deserves to see me be the best player in the world. And,
Okay.
yeah, that's just me being
Wow.
real with you. So, I don't need anyone to tell me I'm not very good at this game or whatever. I see my flaws more than anyone, and the more I see people tell me that I'm gonna get shit on internationally, the funnier I think it is, because the only players that people can mention that will shit on me are quite literally the best players in the world.
About Dokes.
So, you know, if that's the caliber of player...
Because I feel like Dokes also probably made a lot of sacrifices, right? Like, you know, like he said he was on 6th place, he said he was on 7th place, and he grinded, you know, he grinded to the top, right? Which is fair, like props to him. But isn't that exactly what Dokes is trying to do, though, chat? Isn't that exactly what Dokes is trying to do?
You need to take
like,
me
isn't Dokes trying to do the
I'm
same thing that
good.
he's doing? That he's like, yeah, that's really important to me.
That's the context.
Because everybody has their own problem, and like, you know, I'm
not a good person. I'm not
like,
gonna pretend like I am. I'm a fucking
the best,
piece of shit. I know that. But the people I work with know I.
Explaining why he looks out in 6th place? Well, okay, but Dokes has improved throughout his career, so
my best. And I want us to win, and I want the fans to have a good time. And I want you guys to be able to watch us play, and I want you guys to realize that pro players should be the best players in the world with the characters they play. And that's the standard I always set. I'm always going to believe that. I'm not going to comment on other people's careers anymore, obviously. I'm still going to believe that, so hey, you don't have to ask me. You know what I think. Now you know. That's it for me. Also, I have insane ego because I'm pretty good.
He's saying why he feels the need to set a standard? I mean, that's fine.
I don't think I'm better than Keen.
I mean, I don't think that's...
I think he's better at the game than me. I think Zeus is better at the game than me.
A standard for
most
yourself,
Korean, top 3 Korean, Asian top players are better than me. I think the list starts getting pretty short after that, though. You can disagree with me all you want. I don't mind. There you go.
But then when he talks about those low placements, that's where he looked down at. Okay, so the reason why he brought all this up, chat, right, is on the topic of perseverance, right? So essentially why he's bringing this up is Dokes made a tweet about his string title talking about perseverance, and then he attached that string title to another one of Bwipo's clip of Bwipo saying, oh, he's like a bad player, right? So Dokes is implying that in Bwipo's case, perseverance only matters to him. So in Dokes' case, or what Dokes is saying is that in Bwipo's point of view, perseverance is only a thing when applied to himself, but not to other people, and he will shit on other people if they are trying to better themselves. That's what Dokes is saying. He's not saying that, oh, Bwipo didn't persevere, right? He's not saying that, oh, Bwipo is not trying his best. He's saying that Bwipo only cares when he himself is trying his best, and if someone else is trying to persevere through their career, right, due like unfortunate circumstances, he doesn't fucking care. He doesn't value that. That's what Dokes is saying. It has nothing to do with Bwipo's personal experience of like, you know, trying to overcome difficulties. It's just what Bwipo is kind of being a hypocrite, because when he sees someone else trying to do the exact same thing that he's doing, he's like kind of punching down. I think he's missing the point a little bit. No?
Top 8. Let's have a look at this Worlds. Let's have a look at the top laner, shall we? Who was better than me? Wait, this is first time? Wait, no, this is worst. CBA. My point is there's not 8. There are not 7 players better than me in the world of top laning. And if you disagree with me, that's fine. I'm gonna go to the World Championship, and I'm gonna play my heart out, and I'm gonna do my very fucking best to prove myself more than anyone else that I am that good. Because it's a standard I've set over the course of my career. Worlds 2024, I was top 8. Worlds 2022, I do admit here, this Worlds, I was not able to make top 8. I'm gonna discuss the reasons why. I think anyone that watched that Worlds will know. Worlds 2019, Worlds 2018. Yeah, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 Worlds where I think I was confidently a top 8 top laner in the world. That's pretty good. I'd like to be better. I'd like to say
the
I'm
question
top
someone
4,
rage baited him in chat with
unfortunately,
isn't Dhokla
pretty fucking hard to get in that group of people.
Good or not?
They're
No,
very fucking good.
Nobody asked Bwipo if Dokes is good or not. Literally nobody. Nobody. How it started was that people just said that NRG's run against G2 was quote unquote legendary. That's so like nobody, or like Dokes' run on NRG, I guess, versus G2 was legendary. That's That's all they said. Nobody asked, what do you think about Dhokla as a player? Do you think he's good or not? It was just unprompted. Wait, hold up. Dhokla just dropped. Y'all saw this tweet though? C9 going to K barbecue into big dose. Into women can't play on their period.
But
Real.
yeah. When I got 5th place, I got benched. That's the difference. You want to know here, by the way, you know, I tweeted about it, but here's the reality. This was my placement in LCL. I was 7th place. I almost got relegated. And then I joined Dark Passage. It's not even here because I didn't finish the split. I got benched, so I know what's up. I'm not going to pull up the history, but thank you very much. I got benched. I wasn't good enough. Always be the GOAT. That's okay. I appreciate that, man. I don't have to be the greatest of all time. I know I'm pretty good, and that's good enough for me. I'm proud of what I've accomplished, and like I said, I recognize the mistakes I made. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I didn't. I'm just giving context to the people that give a fuck. You want to call me bipolar, you can. I am not officially diagnosed about it yet. So if I have another hypomanic episode, especially if it isn't induced by travel or other stressors, then yes, I will get diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and I will in fact get recommended to go on medication for it. That is not the case as of right now. So for the haters, look forward to it. I bet you can't wait to diagnose me yourselves. This was you know, this is a diagnosis.
Bro, what else is there? Oh, right
drama.
here. That's a part.
Talk down about someone who did the exact same thing. How can you possibly look at our careers and think we did the exact same thing? I made a sacrifice that he hasn't even considered for a single second twice. I rolled swap twice in my career. Twice. I relearned a role from scratch so that my team had a better chance of succeeding. It's not even something he's even considered for a fucking millisecond.
Wait, but the thing is, he doesn't know if Dogs has considered it, though, right?
Do not pretend we're the same. We are not. We are so far apart from the same. You think I have ego for no reason. That's fine. But I have good reasons why I believe in who I am and what I've done. Don't give me that shit. The ego is going wild. It's a fact. It's just a fact. Me not making All-Pro is a failure. I don't even know if he's ever made one. How are we the same? I don't understand. Where are we the same? I don't understand. I've placed better on All-Pro votings on roles that I played for one split. Of course I'm going to have ego. I am fucking good. What did you expect? Why do you not try to be humble?
What is this? I've already seen this, though. I've already seen this before. This is already old. I've already seen this.
I am humble when I need to be. When I play against Koreans and I lose to them, I'm humble. I get so humbled, I cry out of frustration because I tried everything I possibly could to try and beat them and I failed. People think that's a sign of weakness. I don't know, bro. Like that, I tried everything I could. And usually I got pretty close. Is there a Worlds you can rewatch you feel like you played your best? I think my 2018 Worlds run was pretty damn impressive. I think for a rookie, I played very solid games, but I also don't think I carried a single game. I mean, you guys think I don't know the difference between someone that can carry a game and someone that gets carried by playing well? It's all I did for a year straight. Like, the fuck? I got carried to a World Finals by playing well. I play better now. I make more space for my teammates.
People who are humble usually the people hard stuck.
I play a lot better now.
I mean, Faker is hard stuck or what? Faker's like hard stuck, world's winner or what? I think, okay, chat, I think there's a difference between, I don't think having ego as a pro player is bad. I think you need to have ego in order to be, what's the word I'm looking for? In order to succeed. But the difference is how you conduct yourself, right? I feel like a lot of people are saying, oh, like, we're not talking about whether Bwipo is right or not, right? I feel like people don't understand that it's not about being right or not. That's not, like, a lot of people are like, oh, yeah, why are people, like, dogging on Bwipo? He's right. Why are people dogging on Bwipo, right? It's not about right or wrong. We're not talking about right or wrong. We're talking about how you conduct yourself as a person. And there's also ways to go about being confident or ego, right? Like, there's different ways you can carry yourself about being confident or ego. And people just have an issue with how Bwipo carries himself regarding it. Because Bwipo only shit talks when he's like winning, right? He only punches down, which is why people have an issue with him. Now, you might not have an issue with him. You might think it's okay, but most people have an issue with him, right? Because it's not about right or wrong. It's about punching down on someone who's trying to try their best. That's it's just that simple. This is not about like sports and shit. Why the fuck would you shit talk if you're losing? because he only shit talks after he wins. There's a lot of people enjoy shit talking, right? Like, for example, look at G2. Look at G2. G2 at their peak, they're like, dude, they're like the best like fucking shit talkers of like any teams I've seen. But the way G2 shit talks, like what's the word I'm looking for? Like it's funny, bro. You know, it's like fucking funny. It's like they make fun of themselves. They make fun of other teams, like fucking Wonder, right? Wonder makes some fun of himself. Wonder makes fun of like other people. It's like that makes it more fun. People have an issue when someone is just only punching down instead of like have the presence of mind to be self-aware, at least, you know, at least a little bit. Do you know what the fuck Kobe said to people on the court? And people have fucking issue with Kobe too. I don't understand why people worship Kobe. People have fucking issue with Kobe too, being an asshole. People have an issue with that. And the thing is, Kobe is one of the best players when he was playing. That's also the difference. If you're like that type of person, you better be like the best player. You better be like the best player, bro. He's remembered as a GOAT? No, he's fucking not. Us? A lot of people have issue with Kobe. A lot of people have issue with fucking Kobe, bro. Like, what? And how he conducted himself. I like, there's so many people that idolize Kobe's, like, Mamba mentality, but I think it's just fucking toxic. I think that mentality is just fucking toxic. Like the shit that people are like, oh, look at Kobe's Mamba mentality, bro. Look at his Mamba mentality. Like, that shit's just fucking toxic. If you spend 1 second with him, you wouldn't, like, what's it called? What's the word I'm looking for? You'll fucking hated it. Like, there's a difference between, like, actually healthy ego and just, like, unbearable narcissistic ego.